Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order, please. Thanks for everybody for coming out. I had to put my long sleeve shirt on. I thought I might have to wear a sweater if it gets any colder, but hopefully it's back to normal. But if everybody would, we'd like to start by doing the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Mickey, would you lead the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Okay, Mrs. Superintendent, Mrs. Lucas isn't with us tonight, so we have to appoint a Secretary Pro Tem. So can I have a motion to appoint Jeff Midkiff as Secretary Pro Tem in the absence of the Superintendent? Have a motion. Ms. Smith made the motion. Have a second?
Second.
Mr. Baker made the second. Is that all yes vote?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, next will be the approval of the minutes of the July the 15th, 2014 regular meeting and the July 16th, 2014 special regional meeting. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Mr. Wilson, second, please. Mr. Curry. Is that an all yes vote?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now we're down to public comments. The first thing we'll do will be, do we have people signed in on the pink sheet? Since I have it, we certainly do. We have several people. Okay, all these things deal with the pay issue, so we'll deal with those. I'm just going to make one brief comment here before we start this. To let you know the status of this, how the board is going to, how this is eventually going to come out. You know, I can't say, don't know. We're certainly going to hear everybody's views and all, but please realize the board will take no action on this no sooner than August the 19th. I know some people are under the impression that maybe we're here tonight to do something or whatever. As you can see, it's not on our agenda. It's under the comment section for Mr. Midkiff to give us some information about it. But this is on public review right now. And when things are on public review and comment, it stays, we can't act on it until that's concluded. And it'll be on public review until August the 15th. Is that correct, Ms. Powell?
Yeah.
So we could not take any action until after August the 15th. So realizing that our next board meeting after that will be August the 19th, that would be the soonest that the board could act on this issue. Once again, if we do take any action or all, I really can't say, because you know, we're still in a public review and comment period. And the purpose of that is for us to get input from the public. And that's all I have to say about that. Okay, just wanted to clarify that because I know there's a lot of misunderstanding on that, but the soonest that we would vote would be August the 19th. Okay. I'm going to say Charlene Fry. And since everybody's talking about the same thing, I won't have to explain it each time.
Well, I'm against it. I feel like that we earn the money, we need the money when we earn the money. Everybody needs money year round, but we are intelligent, educated people that we can save our own money. Because if you take that out of our income during that year to save it back, there's times during the year that when we're saving money that things come up, we have to have that money. So we're able to go to the bank and get that money. If the board holds that money, we can't go to the bank and get that money when we need it. If that is in the bank and it's holding interest, it's interest in our pocket. It's not being saved and our money given to us later and then the board holds that interest. Interest as a whole over a large sum of people would be a large sum of money. Now, I understand their efforts in wanting to do this, but I think it should be optional. It should be up to each person. We don't make the income that some of the other people make. We average around $23,000 a year. I'm just against that for us. We need it.
Thank you very much. Okay, next is Dana Evans.
I agree with Charlene. We work 10 months a year. We should be paid 10 months a year. It shouldn't be spread over 12 months. And like she said, it's going to put a hardship on us because it's going to cut are, every pay period is gonna cut us back several dollars. And people who have bills and have money coming out of the credit unions to pay their bills, that's gonna mess everything up. So, I'm like Charlene, I'm against it, and I think everybody should have their own decision whether they want to go 20 or 24.
Thank you very much, Ms. Evans. Okay. Sherry Smith.
I agree with both Charlena and Dana. The thing with this, as I agree with everything they say, but I'm a single mom. And I go ahead and I have a savings every paycheck. I put back so much out of my paycheck throughout the year to help with summer. But every once in a while, you might have that emergency come up throughout the year. You might blow a tire, you might have a kid that's sick, you might have something that comes up that you can take from that savings to cover that you don't get out of your, and it doesn't take away from your paycheck that pays your bills. So therefore, I am very much against this, and I agree with them also. We should all individually have the right to say whether we want to do this or whether we don't. That's the way me putting a savings back and putting out of my check every month, I have the option to do that, or I have the option to go and get the money if I need it. And if I don't, then it stays in the account. This way, if they're taking the money out, I can't touch it. And it's not fair to me, and it's not fair to my kids. So I'm against it.
Thanks very much. Herbert Dash.
I'll be good.
You're a host for that.
Yeah, I'm with them. I'm highly against that. You know, if it does make it, make it an option or something. If some people wants it, make it an option. Let them have it, but let us have our 10-month pay. I'm the only one in my family, that brings a payday in. That's what we live on. I'm the only one. And, that's what I pay my bills with and everything else. Your electric company, they took it big hike, there's more money took out of it again. So, I'm with them. I'm highly against it. Make it an option if they want it.
Thanks, sir. Matthew Miller.
I'm just here to address you on behalf of a lot of our AFT members in the county. Most of them live from one payday to the other. They already budget things out for the month to run through, if they're taking a vacation and things of that nature. They're just worried about if that would change and go to the 24-month pay. What kind of hardship is that going to put on them with their bills and their finances? So they may have to go back and restructure all their bills and things to meet that pay. One option they thought was maybe that the board could consider and make it an option to either do both pay for some that wanted it, and then for others that don't want it, could just continue with how they have everything set up, so it doesn't put a burden on them. That's all I say.
Okay. Thank you, man. Brandon Kenny. Brandon's with the state AFT.
I work for the American Federation of Teachers, in which we're affiliated with the School Service Personnel Association. And basically, our office has received several calls on this. The quickest way to get a phone call is someone's paycheck's not right, or something could be changed with it. So that's when our phones light up at the office. So what I did was I made a phone call over to the Wage and Labor, West Virginia Wage and Labor office. And basically their recommendations, or what they said was, West Virginia Wage Payment and Collection Act requires employers to meet payroll at least every 2 weeks. This means unless the employer has a special agreement with the Commissioner of Labor, the employee should receive a minimum of 26 pay days each year, 24 if they're paid semi-monthly. However, they can have special provisions, in which they are for teachers, which is under 18A 4-9, in which it says the number of pays to be made during the school year to various classes of employees should be determined by the board, provided that the sum of the pays does not exceed what it would be in a 12-month calendar period. So basically what 18A 4-9 says is that it's up to you guys to make the decision of when the pays are going to be made. And ultimately you're elected by the citizens of Lincoln County, and as you can tell, the employees are in favor of how their paycheck is already set up, and we would wish that you would and keep it that way. And one thing to keep in mind, not everyone has a credit card or has the option to get a credit card. Like a couple people said, if something major comes up, they don't have the option of taking the credit card down to the store and getting what they need. They build in for this 10-month pay instead of 12 month. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Todd Ryan.
Good evening. I'm here as the representative of the West Virginia School Service Personnel. I'm the president of the local chapter. My phone also has been ringing off the hook, emails. You know, everybody's telling me not in favor of this. I also not in favor of it. Bertie can tell you my last year's paychecks, my gross versus my net. My net I take home $138 a paycheck. If you spread this out, that takes even more money. I'll probably have to pay you money when it's all said and done. They don't work for me. $138 don't work for me. That's what I gotta live with. But if you spread me from 20 paychecks to 24 paychecks, I'm hurting. So will other people in the same situation. Have no problem with it being an option. If there's some way we can make this an option, fine. But I also think that we need to be included in any discussions, sit-downs, so that we can come to a solution on this. If it helps other people, let's do it all. But right now, if it's gonna be mandatory, we're against it. But we're open to sitting down with you and discussing further. Thank you.
Thanks, John, appreciate it. Okay. Next order of business. Let's see. Mr. Gordon. He's after Mr. Atkins, so I thought you were next, Joe. But Jonah Atkins is the head of it. Jonah, principal at Grand Valley Middle. He'll talk to us about the Model Schools Conference.
Good evening.